everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome to, we have a few more Profit Like It's Hot webinars. Today, I'm excited. RX One Shop, Doug, our friend from RX One Shop, is joining us, and he has been with us. He's been an exhibitor, I think, every single show.
Yeah, I have.
If you're not familiar with him, he has the coolest booth that has the little spinny thing that says RX One Shop that you can't look at too long, but it's definitely an eye catcher.
Yes, that's a three. It's a 3D fan actually.
Yeah, it's fantastic. For those of you joining us the first time today, know that this is a conversation. And that anytime during the talk, if you have a question, feel free to pop it in the chat, raise your hand, however you want to. I will ask questions as we go. This is an open conversation, and we want to be able to make sure to get all of your questions answered. So, Doug, thank you so much for joining us. Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself
Yeah,
and the awesomeness that is RX One Shop?
absolutely. Yeah. So, my name is Doug Supon. I'm actually the vice president of RX One Shop. I've been working with the company for about 12 years now. We've been around for over 15, and our main goal, as it was then and as it is still now, is to help these independent pharmacies save time and money. Obviously, money is the big thing for these independent pharmacies, but also time is as well because our pharmacies are just they're bogged down. They're getting too much, they're having too much to do. They have too much work on their plate, and they got to still try to run a profitable business. So our main goal is that we have a one-stop shop all under one roof. So long story short, we started our one shop, like I said, over about 15 years ago, and we did it to help these independent pharmacies save on their brands, generics, and everything else that we have on our platform. It's we partnership with about 10 different suppliers. We negotiate the best possible pricing, and then we put that all on our platform for them so it's all in one spot. So it's basically like an Amazon for buying drugs for our pharmacies. It's just a one-stop shop type of thing.
And you guys are easy to work with too. There's not a lot of regulations. There's not, oh, sorry. Well, that shouldn't be going off. I have it on Do Not Disturb. Sorry, friends. You're easy to get a hold of. There's not a lot of red tape in dealing with you. When someone calls you, it's very easy to get to the vice president himself.
Absolutely. That our main goal with that is that they can talk to the source. I don't want to push them off to our staff members. Me and my brother Dan, who's the president of RX1 Shop, that's who you're going to deal with. You're going to talk to myself or my brother Dan. We also have one other guy, his name is Cody, that helps with basically communication with our pharmacies. And then we have all the other staff behind the scenes that people don't see. But yes, I want them to be able to feel comfortable that they can call me and I'm going to answer the question as soon as I can get that answer for them.
Right, right. And so I see the sign behind you. It's everything under the sun, right? It's not just generics, not just brands. You're not specializing in anything. What you're specializing in is the easy.
Yeah, it's brands and generics are the bread and butter of it all, but the we have other products as well. Like I said, we have about 30,000 products on the website. Everything from diabetic supplies, which is a huge thing right now. We've been selling those like crazy. But from diabetic supplies to your CBD products to generics, everything. There's not one niche product that we're there for. We're there for everything that the pharmacy can possibly use or need. It's just under one roof, like an Amazon for them to buy, and it's our pricing. So it's free to be a member for these pharmacies. They don't pay us a dime to use us. We're just using our collective buying power to go against those distributors to negotiate the best pricing possible for everything, put it all on one website for them.
And I think that's the key, right? You're not just collecting information and putting it on a website. You're going to bat for the pharmacies. You're actually negotiating prices. This isn't basically like a web or a Amazon where I can sell something, put it on your website, and you just let me go to town. this is you say, no, Heather, if you want your stuff on my website, you got to give my members a deal.
Absolutely. We are constantly dealing with the distributors that we work with, the owners of these companies, fighting for better pricing each and every day. I'll never say that we have the 30,000 products, we have the best price on everything, because that's
Sure.
impossible. But
Sure.
we are super aggressive with the majority of our products. And if there's something that's not aggressive and the pharmacy says, hey, could you get us a little better price? We go to bat for them. So most of the distributors are going to say, yeah, because of our buying power. That's the difference with us and others. A lot of these companies like us will have 20, 30, 40, 50 different distributors on their website. One, that's a headache for the pharmacy. It's a lot of filtering. And two, it waters down that money. When you water it down over 30, 40 distributors, your buying power isn't as big with this particular distributor. So we take the buying power and push it to 10 of our major distributors that we work with so we can negotiate better pricing with them because they're getting all the money instead of watering it down. But yes.
That's incredible. And I assume, I'm just assuming, you can tell me if I'm right or wrong, but this makes compliance a
Oh,
breeze instead of the issues that we've seen in other sites similar lately.
absolutely. We don't step on anyone's toes. The distributor basically you're just using our website to get the better pricing, and that distributor will ship it directly to that pharmacy so it doesn't
Mm.
mess anything up with track and trace and audits and things like that. We're just basically the buying power to get them. Think of it as like let's say you have a closed door pharmacy that has a whole bunch of beds. They have huge buying power. So they're getting a better pricing tier than that
Right.
little independent pharmacy is getting. Everybody should get that pricing. So they just use us to get the pricing that a bigger pharmacy or in could get because of us. And that's
That's
basically
incredible.
yeah.
That makes our webinar pretty easy. Okay, bye everybody.
A couple
I'm
A
back.
couple of key points I can go into is we
Yes.
negotiated it's free next day delivery with our distributors. Most of our distributors we negotiated only a 150 minimum. Some of them are a little different, which it states it right on the website.
Okay.
Our distributors are fully VAUD, so we do have a couple that are not, but it clearly states it so they know. Because I want these pharmacies, everything's black and white. These pharmacies need to know what they're doing, what they're getting. We were going to take off the couple that we had that were not VOD, but we had a lot of pushback from our pharmacies that really wanted it still, so we left them on there. We just highlight it so they know.
Right.
So it is free next day delivery on their orders, and we push for that on our distributors every day for them because these pharmacies might get a script at the end of the day they need tomorrow. So
Right.
we make sure that they're getting it.
And say someone on here who's never heard of you, never been to a show, they say, okay, this sounds like a no brainer. What are the steps? What are the onboarding steps? Take us through an onboarding step and what will happen when we become a member.
Well, there's some cool things with that. One is it's free to be a member. We don't charge the pharmacy anything. Our main goal is that they're again saving the money. So why should they have to pay to use us? We don't want that. So it's free for them to join. They can email me or my brother Dan, or they can go onto the website and create an account. And then it comes through us. I mean, we filter everything. We make sure we look through it, make sure that they're getting set up right away. Within 24 to 48 hours of that reply, they're going to be all ready to order already. Um, Most of the suppliers we work with, they might already have accounts with, so we can just open them up right away with those particular suppliers. And the only difference is they're using my platform and getting my pricing, which is going to be better than theirs. If they're not set up with a particular supplier, they just fill out that particular app. We get it from them, and we get a rush on it for them. It's faster than if they were to do it on their own because
Sure.
these distributors are listening to us. They want it done.
Right.
Um,
Right.
so we'll go ahead and get them set up again within 24 to 48 hours of the first initial contact. They're ordering.
That's incredible. And you said most of them are $150 minimum.
Yeah, for free next day delivery. That is correct. Yeah.
And um uh no hidden fees. You don't take.
Absolutely not. No, again, we started this because we want these pharmacies to survive and thrive. And I feel they're being nickel and dime to death already as it is. And I don't want to have to pull money from them pharmacies any more than they already have to. I just want them to save money by using us. What's nice and unique about us is it's not a contracted thing. They don't have to go on our website and then they're locked in. They got to buy this amount each month, or they're stuck buying this amount. They use this how they want. I have pharmacies that buy from me once a day. I have pharmacies that buy from me once a week, once a month. It's if we're helping them, great. I want them to use us. If we're not, then obviously I don't want them to use us. We're just there to help them.
That's incredible. So you're no ego. Just use us
Correct.
when it helps you. Now, one thing that I noticed on your website is the price checker tool.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
That's an added bonus that we have on there. Now that price check tool, because a lot of these pharmacies will have the machines that they have their NDC specific. So this price check tool is NDC specific. So they'll basically give us a format of the products that they use. They'll run it through our price check tool. It'll compile everything together. It'll take NDC for NDC and spit out where their savings are. It'll tell them exactly how much they're saving as a total with everything they send us. It'll show them what products they're saving on, which ones they're saving the most on. And then if they're not NDC specific, then they can call us or they can check right on our website to compare and contrast that way. But the price check tool is for NDC specific, and it'll tell them exactly so it's easy for them. They can just upload the file and it
Yeah.
spits it out. They'll know right away if they're saving or not. So.
Yeah, well, and that's good for pharmacists who are trying to get away from purchasing, who are trying to get a buyer in their store or delegate that pro- that project to someone. That's a great tool for somebody who would be in that job like me and would know absolutely nothing to be able to take this list and buy it and oh yeah, you know what, Doug, I found this much savings here, that much savings there. It really allows the pharmacists or the owners to delegate, which is, our number one war cry around here.
Yes. And what also is nice about it is at least that gives them the initial upfront, oh wow, I'm going to save. And again, let's say they're only going to save on 5 products. Okay, they're saving on 5 products then.
Right.
Use the 5 products because again, there's no limitation. So if those 5 products they order, once a week, then they can use this once a week. But then they
Right.
might find going onto our website and then you could put in like the brand name, the generic name, the NDC. You can type in like half it's a very, very easy search engine that we created.
Yep.
So it'll pop out the best price at the top, cost per unit, and then they'll know which product they're getting. And they'll say it's coming from this particular supplier, and then they'll go ahead and add it to their shopping cart, place the order, and then away it goes.
It's
So
fantastic. That's so fantastic.
I had a
Um,
question,
yes,
if you don't
sir.
mind. Doug, the big thing we're pushing now with Diversify RX is people, finding a way to make cash without using third party. You already know that whole issue is, and we're talking about cash opportunities, offering cash price. And so your price tool will be really good. As well, from your website, you talk about OTCs. We're trying to get them to focus on natural ways and alternative ways. Tell me a little bit about what you guys do for OTC and what access do they have to all different types of
yeah, of
OTC.
course. I mean, OTCs are what they are. Obviously, it's we have an OTC section on our website that's specifically the way it's listed out on our website. You can click on it and you can pick generics, you can pick OTCs, you can pick brands, and you can just or we even have short date items, so they can click on just that particular entity on the website, and then it'll show them those particular products. But as far as like OTCs, they go there, they find the OTCs, they can figure out what's good for them to put in their shelves to bring them the amount of money that they need in, cash deal, things like that. We also have a specialty partner section that we just launched not that long ago that's blowing up. And what that is, and that's going to be more towards what you're talking about as far as, you know, when you first walk into that pharmacy, the shelving, the thing
Right.
where they can make their money cash. So like for example, a company called Breath Rocks is a really good company that I actually just got off of my last podcast with Breck Rice. And Breath Rocks is a new company that we're going to be talking to go on the specialty partner section on our website. So that's everything other than your generics, your brands, your OTCs. Okay. So then that will give another avenue when our pharmacies go on our website and they want to say, oh, how can I add a couple things to my front end? they can go to that portion of it. So
That's fantastic. And that helps so much. It condenses it so you're not dealing with Nudora on their own and Breathworks on their own and all of them individually. You have a one shop place.
yeah, one-stop shop is what we always pride on because again, these pharmacies and the pharmacists do not have all that time. We want to do the shopping for them. They're trying to run a business. They're trying to fill scripts. We know what they do. They juggle
Yep.
way too much. So our goal creating RX One Shop was to try to minimize all that so they can just go, hey, I'm going to RX One Shop and I'm going to go ahead and see what they have. I'm going to go ahead and place my orders. I'm going to go ahead and see, okay, there's extra specialty things for front end. There's this, there's that. And it's all right there. So this way it's one less place they got to jump to. So for example, we have like Paramed is one of our companies that we work with, Real Value, Housesource Jams, just to name a few.
Yeah.
Instead of them having to go to 4 different individual sites, placing orders for this, for that, they go right to my site. Plus, they're getting better prices, and they can just place an order in one shopping cart, and it sends right to them. So,
yeah, your partners aren't not the best in the business partners. You have good partners on there. I noticed that when I was studying the website last night. One question I did have though, and pharmacist friends, if you guys all know this, then bear with me. But you have short dated products in pharmaceuticals. What is the benefit of purchasing those and moving those?
Great question.
well, I mean, if you want to answer that, Mike, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, I would say to me, the advantage is if you know you're going to move a product and you know that you have a drug and the dating is what's most important is knowing the dating. So I'd imagine through your Doug, they're going to at least be able to identify the date and its expiration. But everyone, I think, knows how the short dating side of it. You just want to make sure that you're utilizing it, right? That you have people available to you, that you're not already doing synchronization and stuff, that you're going to identify those patients. Say, I know they're going to buy this in the next year and a half because I got them synced.
Yeah.
I think short dating is I wouldn't say it's a little secret, but people have been doing it for a long time. What they used to do is store it up, pile it in their back. When I would first coach, I'd go in there and I'd see all these piles of drugs in there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, Mike, I got such a great deal. I bought a lot of it, and I know the price will only go up." But that's not always the case. Do you see a lot of price changing in there? Have you noticed that?
Well, what I've noticed as far as short dating to go into that particular aspect, I apologize for that.
No, you're okay.
The short dating themselves, that's really good for pharmacies that know, okay, I'm gonna get this item out within the next 3 months. I have a person right here in front of me. I can get this product. I can save half off that item or 25 or 30% off that item because it's a shorter date. I know it's going to go to this person over here today. They buy that item, they're saving that amount of money on that product right away. So that's more of what the short date items to me are good for these pharmacies. If they know they're going to get a product and it's going to go tomorrow or the next day, why not take advantage of the short dated item that's short dated and it's a better pricing? I wouldn't suggest obviously buying short dated and then stockpile them because then are getting things that you're not coming off your shelf because then you're stuck with that. But I have a lot of pharmacies that know exactly. I mean, they run their business. These pharmacists are smart.
For sure.
They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what items they sell. They know exactly who's coming in. They have everything chopped up perfect. So they know, okay, I'm going to buy this amount of short dated items of this particular product because I know it'll be off my shelf in 2 months. And then they just made themselves a good amount of money on those short dated products.
So it's an advanced strategy. Is that what you would say, Mike? It's an advanced strategy. If it's someone who's been through your inventory course and have their KPIs up and know exactly what's coming in and out.
And you, to that point, Doug, people, a lot of things I deal with on the coaching side are people who want to shop. They actually enjoy shopping for drug. And so I would try to tell them, you know what, you don't need to be doing that. That's really a time waster because they've got tools like yours that they could go and say, let them try to find you the best deal. It's nothing out of your pocket. And it really may shorten that time frame out so you can then focus on other parts of the business. Would you say that's been a big thing for you guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head, sir. That's definitely it. Because these pharmacies, and pharmacists, they're juggling so many things, and this should be one of the things they should not have to worry about. Come to my website, let me do all the shopping for you. Let me put the best prices on our platform for you. Listen, it doesn't. If I sell a product for, let's say, $100, or I sell the same product for $80, I don't care either way. I'd rather sell it for the $80. I'm there to help the pharmacy save the amount of money on that product. So I'm not jacking up these prices at all. I'm fighting these distributors every day to get better pricing on that product because the the better at price I can get, the more pharmacies that are using us, the more they're telling other pharmacies, the bigger we're becoming, the bigger my buying power is, which is getting me more negotiation power to get them even better pricing on the platform. So 100%.
You're 100% a PASO without contracts or membership fees.
In a sense, yes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the biggest part. I know not completely, but in
Yes.
that biggest part. We got a question. Do you offer EDI with Pioneer? I use Pioneer's recommended order option to shop suppliers based on daily EDI feeds from several vendors.
Really good question. Currently, we are not set up with EDI. That's something that we have our tech team working on. But we currently at this stage do not have EDI capabilities. That's why we try to fight hard to make it so our website was as easy as possible to use. So this way you can go on there because obviously you're using the EDI because it does everything for you basically. It juggles everything for you, and I get the whole aspect of EDI. But we are looking into that and having that looked into, but currently we're not set up on EDI.
Okay.
Would that fall for all pharmacy systems at this point, Doug? Are you guys trying to develop a connection for EDI?
Yes, that is accurate. That's something we are looking into. Currently, we leave everything as a personal touch type of thing, because we'll have pharmacies, for example, I'm not going to go into EDI and the positives and negatives of it because there's both, okay? I'm not going to go into all that because I could be here all day and you guys won't have that time. But we basically hand touch everything. Everything that comes in, every order that comes in, we hand touch it. Okay, if there's, let's say, somebody buys, we'll just say Abilify, and they add it to their order, and let's say they bought 10 of them, and I just had a pharmacy that just bought 300 of them, and now we're sold out. Well, what I'm going to try to do then, which EDI will not do, is I'm going to go through all my other distributors, find where I can get that same exact price or better, and then I'm going to go ahead and ship that product out from one of our other suppliers. So this way, there's no mess up or hiccup. They're getting the orders they need. The next day that person comes in to get their Abilify, guess what? That pharmacy has it. EDI is not going to do that. EDI is not going to rejuggle. They're not going to go ahead and send out the order. They're not going to go, if it's out of stock, they're not going to make a phone call. They won't know till the next day. For us, I get an order that comes in. I get it to the supplier. The supplier says, "Up, this sold out, unfortunately, yada yada." Then I do the juggling to try to get them that product the best I can. If I cannot, they get a phone call or email. Hey, this product was sold out. Please get it from somewhere else. Your client needs it. So there's pros and cons to both sides, but currently we're looking into EDI. It's something that we are looking into.
That's fantastic.
I can
And
add
then,
thought to that too, Doug, is sometimes when you try to let the system order through EDI, sometimes you're not sure what you're ordering. The system may be set up, let's say you're perpetual. So sometimes not using EDI to look at what your order is before you put it together, that's what your one shop can offer. That EDI just may automatically make the order through the process. That could be to some advantage really good and it shortens in timeframes, but I agree with you. I think right now, putting your eyes on it before the system orders it is probably still a great thing to do in this business.
I appreciate that. And Mike, and that's one of the biggest things for us with RX One Shop is I want to hand touch everything. I want to see it. I want to make sure these pharmacies are getting what they need at the time they need it because their client or patient that needs that medicine on the other end is just as important to that pharmacy as it is to us. So if that pharmacy places the order with the knowing they're going to get that product tomorrow for that patient and they said, "Hey, come tomorrow. I'm going to have your product for you." They place that order. They did it. Let's say they do it through EDI. EDI, it's out of stock. They're not going to know till the next morning. That patient's coming in tomorrow already for that product. They didn't know until that morning. I'm going to call that pharmacy up right now and say, "Hey, this is what's going on. I can get it here for you. It might be a little more. I can get it for a little less, vice versa." So, yes, we're always hand touching everything to make sure that the pharmacy knows what's going on.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic. So we have a few minutes left, and I would be remiss if we didn't talk about your brand new project just a little bit. Share with the people your new book and what it's about and how we can get it, because it may be a great gift for someone that they love or one of their employees.
Yes, of course. Again, I've always been my whole life. I mean, I used to help run a Bally Total Fitness health club. And when I did that, I was helping people then in that job. And then now I came over to this and I'm helping people. And it's always been in my nature to just want to help people and give back. And people always said, you have a positive aura. How are you so positive? Well, to me, there's too much negativity in the world, and I wanted to try to push more positivity in the world because I believe it's there, and I believe the world isn't negative. I believe that that's all that's portrayed and that's all that's pushed. So I decided to take everything that goes on in my head and put it on paper in a book form, and it's called How to Stay Positive in a Negative World. It's a book I just published 2 months ago. It's already sold. I'm over 100 copies already in the first 2 months. And if that book gets into one person's hands and I help them, I've done my job. And that's why I wrote it. But I appreciate you bringing that up.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I think we should all read it and report back. Maybe we can start a book club. But sometimes pharmacists, you friends know way better than I do. It becomes very negative. You get disgruntled patients who are just trying to get their meds. They're not necessarily mean folks. But they definitely aren't nice to your employees either. So
True.
this may be a good thing to start with.
Yeah. Again, these pharmacies go through headaches every day. We all go through headaches every day. We could sit there and stare at the headaches, or we can look at the light on the other side and the potential light that there could be. And if we do that, it helps. And that's again another reason why I wrote this.
That's fantastic.
I did put links in the chat for RX One Shop and the website, so anybody that's interested can click on that link. It'll go right to my website. They can email me any questions. My phone number is in there, as well as a link to the book on Amazon as well.
Of course. And all of that, we'll put all of that in the replay as well, folks, even the link for the book. Is there any last questions for Doug? Man, you did good today. We're staying right under our 30-minute mark. So people can eat and get back to work. Remember, guys, if you have not got your tickets for the Pharmacy Profit Summit, get them now. They are, this isn't just marketer talk. We are really selling them at a high rate of speed. We are thrilled about this.
It's the best show, that's why.
Huh?
It's the best show, that's why.
Oh, thank you so much. We think so. But it's really because we have the best exhibitors like you who are no nonsense, there to help. And then we have the best attendees. I mean, Lisa is fantastic with the content, but our attendees are the cream of the crop.
I agree.
So I am grateful that we get to be with these amazing folks. So I will let everybody go. It is 11:29. I saved 1 minute of your day back. Everybody have a fantastic rest of the week. I'll see you in a few weeks with Amanda about vaccines. Bye-bye.
Bye now.